Hello everybody, welcome to Nana's Journey. I'm Deanna, and today we're going to do a table runner, and it's going to look something like that. I'm going to turn all of these into 4.5-inch squares. I will have 2 of some, 3 of others, so that it equals 40. I'm also going to do some applique. And how I'm going to do that, hopefully this won't be too bad. On your, this is like fusible interfacing. I had some of this left and I want to get it used up. But there's other kinds of fusibles. You want to draw on the non-bumpy side. The bumpy side is the glue. You want to take your pattern and flip it over so that it's wrong way up. Whoops. And trace it onto your fusible. And you just want to trace it. Now I'm doing raw edge applique, so I don't need the seam allowance. So I can just trace this. And then I will iron this to the wrong side of my fabric, and then when I iron it onto my table runner, it will be the right direction. Now you can get a coloring book page or a page from Pinterest or whatever and copy those. You can draw your own. This was in EQ8, so I don't know, that was easy. I didn't have to look for anything. But I'm sure many of you are more artistic than this. So let me get these all traced and cut out, and then I will be back. Okay, I've got my 40 squares cut out. I've got some strips, 2.5-inch strips cut out. I used 5 fabrics so that I can, piece it together. And then I just cut it at random lengths. I did do some 2.5-inch squares for the corners. And I'll just piece those as I go when I get there. For the applique, this is a fabric I got in a mystery scrap bag a long time ago. I'm going to use this for the branch, and there is no wrong side of fabric. These are the legs of the birds. You just want to rough cut your piece, and remember the bumpy side is the glue, and then you're just going to glue it on and fuse it. And and that will be the tree, excuse me, and the bird's legs. And I'm going to use this for the bird. This one has a wrong side. I don't know what this is. These are all scraps. Well, it just says do not use for children's sleepwear. So I'm just going to place the bird there, fuse it on, and then these will be the wings. Or one wing, I guess. Ooh, I like how that comes out right there. So, let's see. Just let me figure out how this goes. Okay, this goes towards the bird and this goes out. So I'm going to put that right there like this. Okay, and then when I'm done, I will just cut out on the line. So let me get these finished and cut out, and I will be back. Okay, I used Pellon on these, so this side is not fusible. So I'll need to, like dab some glue here when I put it down, and then I will applique it on. I wish I had used my Heat and Bond light, but I was trying to use this up. But with these tiny bird legs, wow, I really wish I'd used the Heat and Bond light. So, but anyways, I've got everything cut out, and I have my squares laid out how I want it. It's 4 rows of 10, so I will just go like this and then sew them in order, and then we can get to the sewing machine. Okay, I could chain stitch these, do 2 of the first row, 2 of the second row, and whatever. But I don't want to mix up my rows, so I'm just going to do 1 row at a time. Just let me get those put together, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've got all the squares sewn into rows and the rows pinned together, and I've got the seams nested, which means this row the seams are going this way, and this row they're going this way, so that they can kind of lock together right there like that. So then I will just sew the rows together, and then we can put the border on, or the applique. Okay, the background is done. Now, there are times when I want to just sit in the evening and listen to my audiobooks, but I don't want to just sit there and do nothing. So I did some English paper piecing, which I told myself I would never do. I do still have the papers on the back. And this is my first attempt at paper piecing. I'll have to glue that back down. But I still need to remove all the papers, and then I can put them, I don't know, something like this. And then the tree will go there. We will put the bird on with its wing. Got a little butterfly. Let's see, like this. And this with the body. Got the leaves. And this design actually had one big fruit here, but I decided to make it 3, and I'll probably taper that down. In fact, I'll do that right now so that it's not so fat for those berries. Put those on like that. I've got a couple leaves I can put on. I don't know where I'm going to put that one yet. Got the bird's eyeball. That does not show up very much. I'm going to have to redo that. And then I've got these super skinny legs. And I've lost one. Man. Oh, there it is. So, let me take off these papers, pin this down, and then we will get to the applique. Okay, I've got these flowers pinned down, and I redid the eye, the legs, and the butterfly body, but I also did them in the Heat and Bond light. So it was the same process getting them to this point as the other one. But I think I'm going to, these ones don't have any glue on the back, so I am going to put some glue there. I can't remember if I told you or not, but this is my Nantucket Summer fabric, so I have a ton of this left. Okay, for the Heat and Bond, you get to peel the backing off, place it, get it where I want it, and then I press it down. And then that is on there. Now for these ones, I need to put the legs down first, because I did put these in Heat and Bond because they're so tiny. I probably could have just done a wide zigzag stitch in brown thread, and that would have worked, or some other kind of decorative stitch. Oops, that's backwards. Now I need to put those down first, because this is going to go over the feet and this is going to go over the feet. Okay, so now I need to glue this in place. And I didn't put the borders on yet because I wanted this to be in the seam of the border. Okay, now I'm ready to applique. I will just need to change my machine to a zigzag. I need to put in a new needle. It's been a while since I put a new needle in. Put a different thread in my machine. I'm going to do dark blue here. So I guess I'll be changing a lot of threads. But I'll start with the dark blue. Or I don't know, maybe I'll start with the little pieces so they don't get lost. And I'll do these last. So I'll see you at the sewing machine. Okay, I've got a light purple. It's already in the machine. It's a Metler, and I think it says number 100. I'm not sure where to get the thing. I'm also going to be using Metler number 50. This is a Glide 65555. That's for the leaves. For the light blue of the bird, I'm using Aurifil's 8447. And for the red, this is Aurifil 5002. So, I've got my zigzag on a width of 1.7 and a length of 90. Okay, I finally found the color number. So this is color 0575, and this one is going to be color number 46, and this one is color number 0793. Okay, right here I'm going to switch to a straight stitch. Shorten it to about 1.5. And then I'm going to just go up the legs. Okay, I've just got some strips that I'm going to sew together, and when I've got these done, I will sew it to the side of the panel and then trim it to size. Okay, I'm going to press that open and then make a straight line on each side. Okay, I know I said at the beginning that I was going to put 2.5-inch squares in the corners, but I decided to just do the longer strips the same way I did the side strips. I'm just going to sew it on and then trim it off to fit. Okay, I have these extra strips that I used for the sides, and I am just going to put them randomly together to make one long strip for the binding. If there's not enough, I'll add some more. And then I will press the seams open. I'm just going to sew them straight down, and then I'll press the seams open. I'm not going to do the diagonal seam, because then I won't have, I think this might be enough. I don't know, maybe not. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be enough, but I think it'll come close. And so I'm just going to sew those together and make binding. Okay, to start with, I'm just going to do an echo line around all the applique. I'll do a stitch in the ditch for the borders, and I don't know. After that, we'll just have to wait and see. So you just put your needle down, bring it up just once. Your bobbin thread will come up if you pull on the thread. Lock your stitches and sew. Okay, when you're done, you bring up your needle, pull it back, make the threads loose, give them some room, and do the same thing. Bring your needle up once, bring up the bobbin thread, and cut. I think I'll stitch in the ditch along these and around here, see how that looks. Okay, I think I'm just going to do a meander on the empty space, a large one. Okay, it's all finished and bound and quilted, and I had just enough from these strips, the extra strips for this, to do the binding. And this has been hard for me to make, not because it's hard, but because my depression is up again, and it's hard for me to get moving and to think. So I really appreciate your comments and your views, because that keeps me going, because these videos is my therapy. It kind of gives me a purpose. But I'm out of ideas, and with the inability to think, I could really use your help. If you know of some block of the months or some patterns that you would like to see done, please write them down in the comments below. I have signed up for Fat Quarter Shop's Mystery Quilt for 2025, and their Simple Whatnots that will start in January. I think it's number 14. So I have those going, but I think I would like at least one more. Also, I bought this a while back. This was a block of the month in, I don't know, at least 5 or 6 years ago. But it's a 10-month one, and if you would like to see that done, let me know. I will treat it as a block of the month. It's by Carrie Nelson. Summer Moon. It won't have these fabrics, but let me know if you would like to see that and whatever else you'd like to see. So I really appreciate you watching and leaving comments, and I hope to see you next time on Nana's Journey.